So while it feels like things are happening to you, nothing is happening to you. It's all being invited by you. Oh, but why would I invite rude people? Or why would I invite construction people that don't do a good job? Why would I invite things I do not want? And we say, you invite them through your attention to them. So if we were standing in your physical shoes and we understood that we were the inviters of everything that happens to us, we would get on a sort of rampage of selective sifting that would say, I'm going to find my 10 favorite things about everything that I find myself focused upon. So if you're pondering your mother, find 10 favorite things. If you're pondering your sister, find 10 favorite things. If you're thinking about your work, find 10 favorite things. If you come into a hotel, find 10 favorite things. If you need a new person, find 10 favorite things. If you're thinking about your relationship, find 10 favorite things. In other words, start orienting yourself to looking for those things that are already positive. And what begins to happen is you begin to set a tone so that only things like your favorite things can come into your vibrational range. But when you get on a rampage of fixing things, when you say, well, there's a flaw here, I need to fix it, or there's an error happening here, I need to fix it, or there's something wrong over here, then what happens is you, without even meaning to, get on this rampage where you find your 10 least liked things. And then you find your 10 least liked things. And before you know it, you have activated a vibration within you that is so different from what you want that everywhere you go, people are misbehaving. People who are smart are acting dumb. People who usually don't make mistakes are making mistakes. People who are usually nice aren't nice. Traffic that usually flows doesn't flow. Food that usually tastes good doesn't taste good. In other words, everything in your experience begins to reflect the center from which you are attracting. What we're wanting you to understand is that the prime of your life is always in the moment of alignment. That's what prime is. That's what sexual ecstasy is. It's that moment of alignment, you see. And so how you keep it alive is by making lists of positive aspects, by looking for reasons to feel good. A lot of people, what happens to them is that they get into relationships where they find fault and find fault and find fault, and then they think the best thing is to just leave the relationship, and then they go someplace else, and they have that flurry of new interest and excitement, but before they know it, they fall right back into those patterns. The best experience, and we're not trying to talk you into staying with anyone or to moving on, that's not the point that we're making. We're just saying that wherever you are standing, you have the option of coming into alignment with who you are or not. And when you consistently take the option of lining up first and lining up first, then you discover that whatever relationship, wherever you are standing, it continues to blossom and give you everything that you are wanting. You have to realize that when you are having a relationship with someone, that you are collectively putting new and improved things in vibrational escrow. And when you turn consistently to evaluate and talk about and contemplate what's in that vibrational reality and tune yourself to it, this relationship that gave birth to it, and now your attunement with it, it has to just get better and better and better. Relationships have ups and downs. You have things you agree on and things you don't agree on. But if you care about how you feel, you must see your partner through the eyes of Source. And if you consistently see your partner through the eyes of Source, then you consistently use your partner as an excuse to line up with Source energy. And when you consistently use someone as your excuse to line up with Source energy, you're going to have a really good relationship with that person. And when you consistently use that person as your excuse not to line up with Source energy, you're going to come to resent them. You're going to come to wish that you weren't together, you see. The person, and we mean this in the nicest way, is irrelevant. You're just using them as your excuse to line up or not line up. And when someone has the very delicious good fortune of being your object of attention and your deliberate reason to line up, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, are you all in for a glorious, delicious ride. The best relationship to have is one where you say to the other, I figured it out. My happiness is not dependent on anything you do. Wouldn't you just love somebody to say that to you and mean it, and really mean it? It's my job to be joyful. Now hear it. and you're irrelevant to my joy. Does this still sound good? You gotta mean it. You are irrelevant to my joy. Now, at first it sounds off because you want to be relevant to their joy. But if you're relevant to their joy, then you're relevant to their pain and relevant to their success. And before you know it, it's gonna turn on you. If you promise someone that you'll keep them happy, big trouble ahead. If you'll say to them, it is my absolute promise to you that I will keep myself in vibrational alignment with who I really am, with love itself. And whenever I turn and hold you as my object of attention, it is my promise to you that I will have already done the work to have tuned into Source, so I will be showering the eyes of Source all over you. Someone says that to you, go home with them now. It's easy to feel good. It's easy to feel at one. It's easy to like what I see. It's easy to move through my day. It's easy to be who I am. It's easy to do the work that I want to do. It's easy to be two separate people with two separate intentions through many things. It's easy to be in a relationship like that. It's easy. Oh, it's easy. It just feels comfortable. It feels comfortable to be in a relationship like this. It feels comfortable. It feels secure. It feels certain and secure and easy and comfortable. It feels real. It feels true. It feels honest and deep. It feels soul and source. It feels core. It feels basic. It feels true. It feels real. It feels good. It feels easy. It feels soft and gentle and sure. It feels comfortable. It feels like love. It feels like being loved. It feels like loving. It feels like adoring. It feels like sureness. It feels like certainty. It feels like confidence. It feels like knowing. It feels like being. It feels like me. It feels like home. It feels real. It feels certain. It feels honest. It feels open. It feels open-ended. It feels expansive. It feels delicious. It feels fun. It feels exciting. It feels captivating. It feels enticing. It feels passionate. It feels vital. It feels alive. It feels full. It feels real. It feels like me.